Hello, dear traders, ladies and gentlemen. Good day, good evening, good morning. We all trade. We all are located in different countries of the world, and I'm very happy that we are broadcasting pretty much worldwide. Well, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Thomas. Thomas here, been analyst and trader with OLYMP TRADE for it's going to be 9 years. Yes, OLYMP TRADE is turning 9. Pretty much, we can consider it almost today, kind of. So unofficially, our I don't even remember. It used to be around September 15th. Now it seems that we are sort of moving it towards the 1st of October, kind of. But September, October 2014. That's when OLYMP TRADE was launched, and I also joined the team not long time afterwards, and been with the team since pretty much those times, and been enjoying this ride. How is everyone doing, guys? And do you have any interesting or maybe like all kinds of questions? I'm not saying like some questions are not interesting. Well, probably some relevant, some important, some questions that are relevant to you and that you feel are important to your overall trading results. I'm here to help you. I'm here to answer as many questions and as fully as I can, and I will be very, very happy if you write all your questions, thoughts, and other things to the chat. So first things first, let me go ahead and go to my stories, and I just want to make sure that everyone is on the same page, and we are about to launch one of the biggest upgrades in the recent times. I remember something similar to this happened in I think it was September 2017 or maybe October 2017 when we launched, when we basically had to introduce these different grades of profitability on expert level. So we introduced 90, 87, 84%, and we also managed to make Euro USD and GBP USD, so the pound and the euro, so that all the time, like they always have this profitability of 82% rate of return, which is nice. Now, the biggest upgrade is coming soon, and we are changing our profitability. And where was that? Okay, I think it was here. Yeah, the most important slide here. So starter profitability increases, goes up from 82% to 85%. Advanced from 85% to 89%, and experts go from 92%, which in fact is quite rare nowadays because it only happens during our happy hours or lucky hours, which are not that common anymore. So basically from 90, I would say that it's a leap, it's a jump from 90 to 93% rate of return, which is also 3% increase. So benefits of this is, of course, you get more profit in less time, you can swiftly recover your losses, and you get closer to your financial goals. Now, also we are going to have this nice risk-free trades giveaway, which will happen, I think somewhere between the 28th of September and October 4. So it'll be a week of risk-free giveaway. You can read more about that here in the events tab right here. It starts on September 28th, so we'll talk about that next week, so no need to talk about it right now, since it's kind of almost 2 weeks away from now, like 1.5 weeks away from now. Now, dear traders, let me quickly check our chat, and I will return to you. So hello, OLYMP TRADE. I was using the platform in Saudi Arabia. Now I'm unable to access without VPN. Why? Good question. Haven't heard about this. I've heard some stories like this about certain countries, but not about Saudi Arabia. So let me check on that, and also please contact customer support because they might be more in the know about this. So a question from withdrawal issue 4 days. Okay, so it's once again it's a question that should be addressed to your customer support agent or your VIP account analyst. Basically, they are always there to help you, and they will be able to help you with that. So yes, dear Ashbir, yes, your withdrawal will be there soon, but in order to facilitate, you can always contact customer support. Talk about the Fed interest rate decision. What is your point of view? Nice. Yes, we're gonna talk about that. Definitely, I'm very, very excited about this news. And well, since you mentioned this, I want to give you some real interesting insight on what's going on with the euro. And as you can see, the euro USD to be exact. So this exchange rate, it is on the biggest, on the longest, probably not the biggest one, but it definitely is on the longest losing streak in its history. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 weeks of continuous of subsequent losses of the euro against the United States dollar. Like in percents, the drop is not that critical. It's only 6%, more or less, maybe 5.5%. It's not too big, but still, that pretty much tells us, a lot about the European economy. Now, we also saw this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks of growth, which basically was happening in March this year, when everyone was pretty much excited. I mean, like, yeah, the European politicians and the economists and also the European industry, everyone was happy about this, about the mild winter that had preceded that. So winter 2022-2023 was quite mild in Europe, was basically much warmer than everyone expected and much warmer than average. Not just what everyone expected, but warmer than average. And basically that helped Europe because Europe was short on natural gas. Now, no one knows what this winter is going to be like, but as of now, it's been, I think so far it's been warmer than average. Also, because if you check weather forecast in Berlin, it's like in tropics paradise. And Munich, Madrid, all those European capitals are enjoying very nice weather as well. So that is a huge support for the euro, should be. But even without this, that is not helping, and the euro is basically going down. Now, of course, the American economy is more independent because Europe pretty much imports probably 90% of all the minerals and natural resources. So Europe is not producing anything, right? So yes, it has industry, but it doesn't have resources. Now, all the resources are coming from other countries of the world. Whereas the United States, since we are comparing this currency pair, is, well, I would say probably like more or less 80% or 90% independent from natural resources, and they have enough oil for themselves. The United States used to be, or probably is now, I haven't checked that in a few months, but has been exported oil in the past. Of course, there are different grades of oil, and okay, so we don't have time to talk about that, but we have heavy oil, you have light oil, and each industry needs its own breed or its own kind of oil, right? So light sweet or West Texan light sweet is good for producing, kerosene, benzene, petrol, like gas for cars, but it's not good for like heavy industries, and you cannot really make roads like asphalt off of that oil because it's too light. Okay, so different grades, and yeah, we'll see. But the point is, the bottom line is that the United States is a pretty much independent country on its own, not so much like Europe. Now, what is going to happen this Wednesday in the United States? So the current interest rate in the United States is 5%, or is it 5.5? Let me double check. I think it was 5.5. So it's already, yeah, it's 5.5, right? So it already is high. See, it's 5.5. It's big. It's a lot. It's a very pretty much that's the only measure that the American Central Bank, or AKA the Federal Reserve, all they can do is they can hike, they could hike interest rates. But imagine now how much does every American household have to pay for their housing loan. It's I think it exceeded like 3,000. The median amount exceeded $3,000 per month, given the median household income in the United States of roughly 5,000 US dollars. Yes, everyone can afford housing so far, but what about other expenses? Given gas prices, food prices, all that inflation. So it's not a simple thing. And if they want to hike their interest rates even further, well, I don't know what's going to happen with the with the American economy. So that is a big question. I think they won't increase interest rate at least now, and I think they have plans of further decreasing this interest rate and eventually bringing it down to 3% as it was before, as it was previously. But still, that's amazing. I mean, like 5.5 levels. It's not a very healthy sign. It's not a healthy sign at all, right? It doesn't show that things are going well in the United States economy. Well, so my vision, my view, I think that the euro can jump up off of this level, can bounce off of this level, because basically this level, 1.065, so 1.065 is a strong support level. Basically, from it is clearly visible from this technical analysis picture on daily time frame, and well, pretty much 9 consecutive weeks of dropping. How much further can it go down? So I think we're about to observe an increase here. So what does the 50 SMA tell us? Okay, so we are well below 50 SMA, 200 SMA below, and 100 SMA also. So all SMAs we are under, but I think we have chances of breaking away from this negative downtrend and eventually reversing and going upwards now. So this is my view on the upcoming events, on the upcoming FOMC press conference, and of course Fed interest rate decision and statement. But Wednesday is going to be a very, 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 very exciting day for all of us. So let's see what happens then. Then we have, of course, CPI in the UK. So we expect a lot of volatility on the pound, and CPI in the European Union, so the Eurozone, not so much the European Union, but the Eurozone, to be exact, tomorrow at 5. What's the time? So my time zone is GMT +3. So at noon, tomorrow at noon, and we are going to see a lot of volatility on the euro. Now, all right. How to contact customer support? It's only a chat bot option. There is no customer support. Well, there is customer support. You need to write a ticket. So don't text the chatbot, but find a way to write a ticket. Or if you are an expert, and you can always request a call from your analyst if you have their contact. Will you trade FTT or Forex? I might open some trade, but first of all, so since you mentioned trades, let me brag a little bit, okay? So even though I missed some of the movement here on Brent, this is a signal that I gave away basically 2 weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks ago? I think, yeah, it was around 2 weeks ago, when the price broke above 90, or was about to break the 90 level, and there was this breakout over $88 per share, $88 on Brent. And basically, after that break, it meant almost imminent breakout further up. And of course, you have those oil production cuts by Saudi Arabia and Russia, and overall shortage of oil on the global market. So it is no surprise that oil prices went up from $72 per barrel up to 90, up up $20 in just 2.5 months, I think. Yeah, 2.5 months, more or less 3 months, close to 3 months. And yes, we are enjoying $94 per barrel, which is huge. Now, this is something that I was talking about. I didn't close some of my trades. I didn't close until I reached my target of 200 plus 250% from that trade. So on Brent here, and then on this trade, so I'm still holding on to these with smaller leverage, with smaller multiplier. So I still have 3 trades that are still there. So I'll probably wait for them to go up a little bit, because I think 96, or what is it, 96, or okay, almost $97 is pretty much an attainable price level for this asset. Now, my next trades. I opened trades on Bitcoin, something that I mentioned before, that there was this nice, well, first of all, once again, guys, doesn't it remind you the Euro USD chart, which we looked at a few minutes back? The same thing, previous strong support level, and price bounces off of it. So that's that is one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons why I opened that trade on the Euro USD upwards. And yeah, that also what is worth mentioning is that all the situation here on Bitcoin, it looks like this nice pattern called bear trap, right? So we have this long accumulation area. So buyers are buying in here, and then all of a sudden we have this immediate drop, and everyone's like, okay, now finally we should short sell all of our assets. And in fact, that is the opposite of what's happening, and many buyers are in fact buying here, and short sellers, yes, they opened some trades here, and now they have to cover their trades because the tide has reversed. All right, so I see further growth. I still retain bullish sentiment, and one of the main reasons for this is because, given the upcoming problems in the world economy, Bitcoin is definitely one of those safe havens where money will flow. So of course it's gold. It's, well, where else can it be? It's gold, silver, and now we have cryptocurrencies. So I think cryptocurrencies now have a lot of support, in my opinion, and yeah, we can easily see prices of, say, 4,000 for Ethereum and 50,000 for Bitcoin. That is absolutely attainable. Now, our friends, our smaller friends like Ripple, Solana, Polkadot, and others, well, we are back at 0.5 level. Of course, there was this huge, like, upwards push on the news. So it was buy the news, buy the rumors, sell the news story. Now we are back at this same level, and I think it's a nice time to buy. I mean, what can go wrong with this? Well, I mean, a lot can go wrong, but since recently it was here, it was trading at 0.9, and I think a lot of experts, many experts, would still await this Ripple price at somewhere here at 0.9. I'm pretty sure this can happen in the near future. Now, I mentioned Euro USD, yes, that I'm buying this chart, and also the pound, the Great Britain pound against the United States dollar. But of course, you have to take into consideration that we are going to have a lot of volatility on Wednesday after the FOMC statements release and interest rate, and I think there will be a lot of volatility upwards, downwards, and then eventually will go upwards. But the problem is that too much volatility may just simply kick you out of your positions. So as you can see, these long shadows, that's what I'm talking about. So can easily drop below this level, and your positions can be kicked out of your position. So So can you check USD JPY? Yes, USD JPY is a good one. I actually wanted to open a trade, or I think I did open one trade. No, I didn't. So USD JPY. This looks like a nice trend reversal. At least we have this nice level of resistance, which is clearly visible right here, and we can see a nice potential drop from this price. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and almost 5 times the price touched this level, and I think, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. So multiplier 200. Let's be more like conservative here. I don't want to open. I don't want to put 500 because my stop loss would be here and it's too little, right? So if you put multiplier 500, then my stop loss would be around here. It's a little too little. So let's be more realistic here. So with this multiplier, it's all right. Where can I take the best lessons or courses for FTT for a beginner? So, well, first of all, I definitely recommend spending some time with our analysts and also watching our webinars. And in fact, our YouTube channel is a great place to actually learn about trading, about like trading in general, and useful things, and also consult your VIP account analyst. These are probably the best sources of information. Of course, there is tons of information on the internet, and you can easily find so much different content, and probably now there is no shortage of that content at all. Now, the main difference is that when you talk with our analysts, it's kind of like a two-way conversation, right? So you can talk and you can get replies from our analyst. Not unlike watching webinars where you don't really get so much feedback, especially if you watch those recordings. So right now we are talking. I'm sharing some insights. I'm sharing some knowledge with you, and so little by little, I would say you can gather those morsels of wisdom and eventually turn them into your working trading strategy. Now, so Mustafa, I totally agree. USD JPY is a good reversal setup. Even if it doesn't work out, it's still, I think, probably it's, well, I mean, like I said, you don't have to be right 100%, especially on Forex. But this looks, if not this, then I don't know what. All right, so this definitely looks like a very strong reversal pattern. So many resistance levels here. Even though we came back to this level gradually without really sharp and choppy moves, but in a quite sure fashion. But still, I think there is a lot of pressure from the sellers here. So since you mentioned, or I mentioned this, guys, I would like to remind you once again about the profitability calculator. It's a great tool. So you can ask your VIP account analyst for that. So you can basically do some calculations, some estimates about your profitability rate. So you can enter your trading size. So let's imagine I trade only with $20 per trade. Of course, it has to be fixed amount of trades because it's pretty much impossible to calculate, to make any forecasts, any real forecast if your amount per trade differs from one trade to another, if it's kind of random. Then rate of return on asset, you can see how important it is, and percentage of profitable trades. So in order to find this out, you need to, of course, obviously have your trading journal ready, because without that you don't know how many trades you're closing with profits and how many trades you're closing with losses. So if you have 55% profitable trades, then obviously 45% is our losing trades amount, and or losing trade percentage. Next, we have amount of profits. So we basically multiply trade size by rate of return on asset and by percentage of profitable trades, and we get, say, $990 of profits from 100 trades. Of course, you can ask me, what if I open like 23 trades? Okay, so this is not something to say that you have to open 100 trades. It's just calculations, right? It just gives you understanding. It's easier to calculate, right? It's much easier to calculate with 100 trades rather than with 23 trades. It gives you some understanding. And even if you open, say, 25 or 30 trades per day, then eventually in 1 week you will reach your 100 trades level. So look at this, consider this as a financial model. So amount of losses. We have to multiply percentage of losing trades by this size, and we multiply it by -1 because basically in each losing trade you lose the whole amount invested, and when you make profit you win only, say, 90% or less. And this is your net profit after 100 trades, your net P&L. So in this case, with this, given these parameters, it is plus $90 after 100 trades. So someone might ask me, is it okay? So you have a question in your head, right? Okay, $90 after 100 trades. It's not a lot. I want more. So at the same time, if you look at your monthly profit, so given let's have this imaginary situation that you are an active trader and you open 20 trades. Your average daily trade number equals 20. So you 100, and you open and you have 20 active trading days per month. So then your monthly profit will be 1,800, right? Sounds obvious. So yeah, I can even add this formula, number of trading days, right? So let's do it like this. Let's do the formula like this. So instead of 20, we are going to multiply this by this. So imagine you trade 10 days per month. Okay, so does it seem like a nice profit? Well, it does seem like a nice profit to me, especially given the fact that you can easily, once you have those $900 profit from the first month, and you can reinvest it, and then next month you can get $40 average trade size. And then if you make this much profits, then you can easily go and increase your fixed amount by this, and then your third month's profit becomes 3,000. Of course, it all seems like a little optimistic, and in reality you will have more difficulties and more difficult cases on your way, but it gives you general understanding how you can affect your end result in the end of the month. So you can work with your trading size, you can work with your rate of return. So if you trade with 87 rate of return, you see how significantly your monthly profit drops. So if you only select, and so now let's imagine you only trade 93. Wow, 93% rate of return. You have $3,000 profit, and here, see, the same, but that's almost 40% less risk per trade. So when we talk about risks associated with trading, and that higher profitability leads to less risks and faster loss recovery, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm showing. So let's imagine now you start working on your strategy and you improve your strategy just by 1%. What's going to happen? See? Wow. So that's where the real magic begins, right? So 57% rate of return, and we are already talking about 5,800. So now 93, and we are talking about 7,000. Is it realistic? Absolutely, it's realistic. Is it difficult? Yes, it's very difficult. Does it require a lot of patience and a lot of discipline? Well, absolutely. It requires so much difference and so much determination and so much discipline. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty much the answer to the main question: why some people make money and some people lose money while trading. So, all right. With 84% rate of return and 57% profitable trades, this is how much profits you can count on. Okay, so $50 per trade. Let's be more realistic, right? We are working on within our comfort zone. We don't want to open trades in the amount of $70 per trade. So what about $20? Okay, so it's 1,000, and then you can reinvest. So next month it's 1.5 thousand. Next month you increase up to 45%, it's 2,000, and then you go here. See, it's a gradual, very gradual process. And then let's imagine you increase your trade size and you also increase your profitability rate. So see, that's how it goes. But it requires a lot of iron discipline. You have to be very much determined and disciplined in order to achieve these goals. It's not easy, of course, but the price pays, right? The price pays off all your efforts, because this price is pretty much amazing amounts of money that you can make from trading, and then you can reinvest into Forex, and that becomes, well, that's even better. So you have not calculated brokerage amount. Could you tell me what you mean specifically? Because I here have all these calculations. It's all included in this formula. Or maybe I missed something. If I missed something, then please specify what I missed, because I think I didn't miss anything here. Now let's imagine you start trading 15 days per month. Okay, so now your profit turns into 1560. So on the other hand, let's see if your success rate drops to 55%. Okay, so 55%. So our monthly profit doesn't seem that big compared to what we saw previously. 53. Wow. So we start losing money, and we start losing money quickly. So as you can see, 53% is your like, you cannot afford having less than, say, 54%. Oh, 54 is too little. 55. You need to stay at 55. But let's imagine things are not going well in your trading and you start doing this. So 87%, okay, almost there. 90%, okay, so that's your break-even point. 93%, you're making amazing profits. See, this is mathematics, and this works with big volumes. Okay, so imagine a Walmart, right? So everyone heard of Walmart, like this, probably the biggest, the largest retail chain in the world. Now, do they make a lot of profits off of every item they sell? Absolutely not. But imagine the volumes. So it's all about how many items they sell, how many products they sell, how many goods, how much, they sell foods, they sell pretty much almost everything, and everything is cheap in Walmart because they can afford big volumes. And 52%. Okay, so 52% is the very, very bare minimum, and you're already making some money. But you still need to work. I would suggest this is something that you can address your efforts to, increasing percentage of profitable trades that you make out of 100. Rate of return, yes, obviously, it's just very easy. So if you are a starter and you trade with 82, it's not a good thing. So if you trade 84, okay, still not enough. 87, still out of the money. 90, almost. 91%, almost. And then only 93% gives you profitability. So if you understand this ratio, you can just see how much difference does 1% make. So we can all remember this, the butterfly effect, right? It can be called the butterfly effect in trading. It's just one little percent here changes everything. So let's imagine it's 55.5%. Yeah, it can be like that. So we can use decimals. Okay, it doesn't make sense to use decimals. It won't change much. But 55% versus 54% versus 53%. So 52%. Okay, we're barely making money. 56% profitable trades. We are making $12,000 per month. That's maths, and that's big volumes. And you only trade 15 days per month. So you can trade Monday through Thursday, maybe sometimes trade a little bit of OTC markets on the weekends. And yes, you end up having this much profits, and $800 profits after 100 trades. So it's a little too much. So I would say in reality it would be somewhere on average, because sometimes you would open some trades with profitability of it's very difficult to be disciplined. I know. I totally feel you. It was so hard to be disciplined in the very beginning for me. But I told the story many times already, but I'll tell you once again. I worked with this proprietary trading company where I was trading money of an investor, of some investor. And this person had a simple rule. You violate you violate rules and you get fired. It was as simple as that. I saw during my first week there, one or two guys, like probably within my first 2 weeks, two guys get fired, basically without any they were warned like twice, and then once they broke certain rule of trading which was established by the company, which was determined by that company, and they end up in losses, and they end up getting fired. So it's all about discipline. I know, but think about how much profits you can make if you trade in a disciplined way. So isn't it worth being disciplined? So that's something that you should ask yourself or your friends. So is dealing in USDT the best option for deposits and withdrawals? I would say definitely it is one of the best, because as you can see, blockchain is probably the most relevant, the most reliable blockchain out there. So the most reliable, one of the most reliable payment methods for sure, and the lowest commissions as well. So definitely it is it works like that. So guys, a few final thoughts. So once again, 3 weeks in a row, three webinars in a row, I keep talking about the importance of profitability calculator, and we are talking about it again. But yes, once again, Forex. So Forex is a different animal, right? So what we do with Forex? So with Forex, in Forex, we have this magic risk to reward ratio parameter, which can be different from 1, right? It can be bigger than 1 or it can be smaller than 1. And the same maths is applied, but now a lot depends on your risk reward ratio. And if you think about my trading in general, and if we open my trades, yes, some of my previous trades, they closed. I had a nice, I wanted to say nice, I had a certain series of losses. Yeah, I was like losing money. And then with just 3 trades, I cover up all the previous losses from like 1 month before. Just 3 good trades only on this sub account, and I cover up my losses. And now I have 3 more trades here plus $8,000. I have some money here plus 3 currently unrealized P&L here plus, and okay, so USD GPY, the Euro USD not in profits, but I opened this trade just a few hours ago, and USD GPY is in losses. So guys, this is something that I keep mentioning. It's a very important thing. So even if you have 25% profitable trades with Forex, you can still make money if your risk reward ratio is relatively high. So if you manage to, and once again, this all comes down to being disciplined, because you cannot close your profitable trades. You cannot close your winners once you have, say, 20 or 30% profits. You start seeing those money, unrealized P&L, and you start feeling like you want to close that trade with, you start wanting to close that trade. It's not the right thing to do. Cut losses quickly and let your profits grow. That's the only way. Let your winning trades generate profits for you. That's the only way. AUD is making moves. Let's have a look at it. AUD JPY or AUD USD? Let's see. Can be both. Yeah, looks like a breakdown here. I don't know. Doesn't it remind us head and shoulders pattern? Well, it does remind me that. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and we have neckline. So might be a breakdown. So yes, it seems like a nice signal. Yeah, I would probably open a trade. So yeah, why not? Once you see a nice trade, there is no need to sort of double think about it. just open a trade accordingly. So let's imagine I trade with, say, $2,000, and I have, so on average, I would be my risk reward ratio is 4. Yeah, I think that's in a good month, that's how much money I can make, like say 25,000. Obviously, I don't open like 100 trades, so probably it'll be a little smaller than that, but that gives you a little bit of understanding. Yeah, take profit. Hold on, I think I have a mistake here. It shouldn't be. No, it was the previous one. My take profit is based on the amount, not on the stop loss amount. Okay, now everything's correct. You're right. I thought there was a mistake there. Okay, now there is no mistake. So my stop loss equals, say, yes, everything's correct. No, it's not. Okay, anyways, yes. Because it has to be, no, I think it was the previous formula was correct, right? I think I double checked it. Right, yeah. My stop loss is minus 1,000. My take profit is 4 times it. Yes, not from trade size, but take profit. So yeah, everything is correct. So what else should I say? Well, the upcoming change is almost there. Just a few more days. Just be patient a few more days, and then we will all start trading with this new profitability, which is a great thing to do, I think. Where can I learn that lesson plan from? So, guys, I think the best thing you can do is contact our customer support and just write them, or you can do it in chatbot. Ask them, and also once you join expert level, then you will have this option to basically sign up to a consultation with an analyst in your personal cabinet. So, my dear friends, I think that this is going to be it. I wishing you a wonderful trading week, wishing you wonderful trading results, and so yeah, have a wonderful day. And yeah, we have a lot of social media. Just basically type OLYMP TRADE, Google it, OLYMP TRADE Instagram. We have Facebook groups, and we have channels, YouTube channels, and I think we should have something else. I think we even have TikTok. Yes, so we have a bunch of different social networks, social media, where you can get some advice, some trading advice. All right, guys, have a wonderful Monday evening, and I will see you soon in a week. So have a wonderful week. And